Hey guys, what's up? This is Mel, and I'm here to talk about Arrow episode 411 titled A.W.O.L, which premiered Wednesday, January 27, 2016 on the CW. So here's the thing, guys. I already recorded this, and it took 15 minutes already with my headsets acting as the microphone. Turns out when I went to playback, you don't hear anything for some strange reason. So now I am back to re-recording this without the headset. So I'm a little annoyed right now about that. So I'm definitely going to keep it as quick as possible for this video. So I do apologize for that. It's just I really don't like doing things twice, especially with videos like these, because I'm probably already going to forget what I actually said in the first recording. So with that said, do apologize. So let's get started. Something new that we learned. Main storyline was based on the shadow spires that were attacking in the present day, and then in the flashbacks we saw their connection back in Afghanistan when John and Andy Diggle first met the shadow spires. And ultimately, in the present day, Shadow Spire attacked Argus, wanting some Rubicon codes from Amanda Waller. She didn't give it, so they ended up killing her and asking the codes from Lila. So that was the main storyline. Side storyline was the fact that Felicity was trying to recover from her accident. Now that she's paralyzed, she has to find what the new normal is for her. So there's that. You get a little something special in that recovery. I'll touch upon that later. And that's pretty much it. Flashbacks being of 2005 with John and Andy Diggle in Afghanistan, like I said before. So no Oliver flashbacks, but we do see Ryder from Oliver's flashbacks meeting Andy Diggle in 2005 with a map of Lian. So this is probably before he goes to the island and then before he meets Oliver. So there's that. So most shocking moment of the episode has to be the fact that you see two Felicities. Felicity in the wheelchair and then Felicity of the past, the one that we saw back in episode 305 with the black hair, the punk look, the anger issues, stuff like that. And she comes in the form of hallucinations due to Felicity's pain medication. So there's that. You definitely see the big contrast, but it was definitely a surprise to see the two together in a sense. And you definitely see how much growth is between the two of them and how they differ in regards to how to approach life and how it regards to using their hacking skills and what it's being used of. But past Felicity's appearance definitely brings out some revelations in present day Felicity. So there's that. Top 3 favorite moments. First one has to be the code names being used. We got to see the code name Spartan being used again for Diggle, last used in 406. So it's great to see it being used again. It seems like that's his official code name. And we also get to hear Felicity's code name, which is Overwatch. Courtesy of Oliver, and she loved it, so that was great. He also made a comment about the fact that the codename Oracle was already taken, so maybe we'll see whoever Oracle is in future episodes. Who knows? I hope we do. Another thing that was my favorite was the fact that we got to see past Felicity, punk Felicity, hacktivist Felicity. I really like that. Just to see who she was all those years ago and to see who has she become now. Seeing that contrast, I really like that for sure. And it was just fun seeing the two of them trying to interact, or Felicity trying to get rid of the hallucination as best she could. So there's that. Another favorite was the Oliver and Felicity moments, whether it is them being on Team Arrow together and him helping her get back in the fold, or it was as a couple with him trying to make everything as easy as possible for her during her recovery, him being supportive and them actually working to be there for each other. And they even commented on the fact that they've grown so much and they were taking the best parts of each other and helping the other person out. So it was really great to see all that. And another great thing was that Oliver mentioned that he is not going to stop until he flies away for Felicity to walk again, even though the doctor said it's a permanent paralysis thing that she has. So I'll touch upon that later, though. Next favorite moment has to be the teamwork between John and Andy Diggle, especially at Argus. It was great to see John putting his trust back in his brother and him proving that trust and not having it misplaced. So it was great to see that there was no double cross. It was just a planned double cross to fool the Shadow Spire people. Top 3 peeve moments. Well, at the moment is the fact that I have to re-record this, so there's that. Also, another one was the fact that I had to find other means to watch this episode since my usual form got interrupted. Apparently the connection was cut, so I don't know why that was, so a little irritated by that. But one thing I didn't really like was the fact that there was no mentions of Legends of Tomorrow. Last week, the spinoff premiered, and it featured a cameo with Oliver and Laurel helping Ray and Sarah decide whether or not to take on Rip Hunter's connection. And I thought, since this Arrow episode is the next one that followed the Legends premiere, I thought it would be mentioned at some point, like the fact that at least between Oliver and Laurel, they might have done a comment saying, oh, I got a visit from Sarah, or I got a visit from Ray, and it's like about Rip Hunter or something, just like some kind of notification, I guess you can say, because Oliver did bring up to Laurel the fact that Barry time traveled already. We saw it back in episode 408 of Arrow, so he did bring it up. And because he brought it up, I thought he might have brought up the Legends of Tomorrow and the fact that Sarah and Ray are going to be time traveling to stop Vandal Savage. But the fact that none of it was mentioned, that kind of disappointed me. So there's that. What will I remember most about this episode? The fact that there was 2 Felicities, and the fact that we got Oliver and Felicity supporting each other during this transition period for Felicity. Random questions. First question, since Oliver confessed to Laurel about Barry time traveling, will he ever tell Felicity about it, since he thinks the time traveling kind of caused her, or he was warned about the repercussions for time travel from Barry, and since Felicity seemed to be affected, would Oliver tell her about it, or if he's going to tell Diggle and Thea about it at all? I hope he does. It seems to be important, but we'll have to see. Another question. Did anyone else get the feeling that Andy Diggle might die in that whole fight against the Shadow Spire lieutenant? It definitely felt like a setup towards Andy having to prove himself, and then when he did prove himself, it felt like then he was going to get killed off. So like he kind of died as a hero after being such a doubting force this whole time since he was rescued in 407. So I actually thought he was going to die. Glad he didn't, but did anyone else feel like that at some point? Let me know in the comments below. Last question, with Amanda Waller dead, who do you think will be the head of Argus? Is it possible that Lila could rejoin Argus and take Amanda Waller's place? Or is there someone else that's meant for that title? Is there anyone else meant for that title from the comics? Let me know. I'd love to know about it. So predictions, quickly. Based off the promo for episode 412, apparently there's this tech bomber called the Calculator, and Felicity's going to have to find a way to stop it, and she's going to need her team to do it since she can't go into the field like she used to. And based on the synopsis for the episode, we see the return of Nyssa and Roy Hopper coming to Star City, so I can't wait to see how that happens or why they're back in town, so that'll be fun. And I hope with Nyssa returning, we do have a mention of Sarah at some point. Predictions overall, I think we're going to see more of Felicity trying to get used to her new life and trying to figure out how to navigate it. Another prediction is Oliver searching for ways to help Felicity walk again. I did mention this before, but I did like the fact that he brought up the fact that they live in a world where there's the speedsters, there's men who can shrink down, there's men who can fly. It's with people having all these different powers, or creating so many different things, there has to be a way for them to find a way for her to walk again. So I really like that Oliver brought that up and that he plans to see it through. And I can't wait to see him do that. It doesn't have to be a focus for an episode eventually, yes, but just to see little bits and pieces of him working on that would be great in the episodes leading up to it. Last prediction, at the very end of this episode, we got a very good Diggle family moment in the form of John introducing his daughter to Andy. So I really hope in the future we get to see more of those family moments like that. And that's about it. So what did you guys think of the episode? What did you like about it? What did you what did you find most exciting or interesting? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and to check out my other videos in the time being. It just means a lot that you guys are even listening to my video, and I do apologize if this one seems a bit rushed, but you can only record something so many times before you can't remember what you said in any of them. So I do apologize for that, but thank you so much for watching this. It means the world to me. Thank you for any comments, any new subscribers. Thank you for joining this channel with me. It means the world. But enough about that. If you want any more information about A.W.O.L itself, whether it's sneak peeks, promos, synopses, quotes, GIFs, any of that, check out my Tumblr page. I reblog all of that over there. Links for those will be down below. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So until next week, I hope you guys come check out what I have to say about the upcoming episodes. But until then, this is Mel wishing you all a great day, great week, wherever you are. And until next time, bye for now.